ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Hello,
it's
ladies
not quite
and
working.
gentlemen.
Oh. I apologize for that. That was terrible. Okay. So, I apologize for that grievously. It is fixed. Your ears, I am sorry if they're bleeding. They probably are. But, I did have an emergency this morning, so I hurried back to get here and try to be on time. I apologize for being late. Everything's okay. So far, everything's fine. I may have to leave early or something of that nature, but for now, we're here. So, yeah. Alright, so, we'll get on with it. So, hi, welcome, everybody. Do apologize. I did, off the air last night get, a Nyra a gunbreaker, and her item level is better. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can queue up for that instance that we couldn't queue up for yesterday. It looks like she may have a bit of a queue, or will have a bit of a queue. So I do apologize, but I do not have the item level on the other two jobs, so. Go ahead and queue up for that, and yeah. And I have not played Gunbreaker in a while, so I mean, I know some of your basics and all, but I may need some assistance. So there's that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, we are less than 5 minutes. Okay, that's good news. Let's see here. What does the root say? Primarily tank. Okay, so that's not too terrible. So, yay. Well, I'm so sorry. I keep doing everything wrong this morning. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm not rattled at all, I swear. I'm fine. Okay, I am a bit rattled. But it's fine. It is, it'll be what it is. But, I've done what I can about it. So we'll just have to see what happens, so. Yep. We'll just have to see what happens. And I just barely got home, so I'm like wiggling out of my shoes. Alright, that feels much better. I'm not a total fan of socks, so I apologize. Not that you can smell my stinky feet anyway, but yeah. Alright. Oh, okay. I think we're good. Alright, what's this guy wearing? That is a disciple of a hand thing? Huh. What does it look like? Black? Tee. Oh, it's not bad. Uh-oh. I guess use. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. You know what that means? There's somebody is talking about me somewhere. That's what that means. No, I'm just referring to the myth of if you have a sneezing attack, then it's because someone's talking about you. I forget how it goes, but I believe there's something about like the harder you sneeze, the like worse it is, the more malicious or something. I don't remember. Let's see here. Let's go. And okay, so I don't know if I've shown anybody this, or at least not lately. But you can do this on free to play, and it's nice. But you come over here to your personnel officer, and I forget what rank you need, but you need to have significant rank with your gun company to do this. So be pre-warned. You click that one, and then you go expert delivery, and then you have all these here, and the higher level that an item is, the more seals you get for it. I was selling stuff yesterday. It was like 700 and 800 seals each, so you can get seals like crazy fast if you just greed on the gear, because most people, they don't really want it, which is understandable, but you're leaving like 800 seals there on the floor, so why not, just click the button and pick it up. So that's what I do. Yeah, Ifrit's bow, kind of low level, but hey, seals is seals. If you're doing this, make sure you click here, right here. So, let's get rid of this real quick. Okay. Right, nothing. Okay. This is gonna be interesting because it's been a while since I tanked. I'm just gonna go there. Oh. I cannot spell anything. Okay, food, stance, okay, map. Oh yeah, I've not been in here before. Okay. I'm guessing I need to go this way. Yeah, my map's not explored. I do not know where I'm going. Alright. Okay, let's see the target. Come on. Yeah, though. There's some cartridges. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay. There we go. My map is so not filled out in here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, that's, I'll grab these. I did not hit something, did I? Or did I? Okay, I did. Let me turn down the spell glitter. Okay, so far so good. Nobody's died. Oh, hello. Turn it all around. Okay. Okay. I did not like that extra pack running around loose. That was not cool. I do not know where my rancher truck is. This is good. We'll grab that one. 30%'s good, right? Yeah. Huh. Oh boy.
I will crush you underfoot.
Okay, wonder. I can deal with that.
In the name of the Emperor!
Okay, this should be easier because I can get the bonus of that. So, what's going on here?
In the name of the Emperor! Enough!
I seem to be struggling with heads. Okay, that's it down.
Can you
I'm doing
withstand me?
terrible at using my cartridges.
In the name of the Emperor! In the name of the Emperor! In the name of the Emperor!
Oh, well, okay, I guess he's dead. Well, he's not dead because his name turned green, but we're done fighting now. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay, this is starting to look familiar. I remember correctly, this was hard to tank. Warrior. No, I think that's a wall. That looks like a wall. Oh. Okay, that's not a wall. Alright. I have bad remembers about that. Okay, that's only one thing. Okay. Let's... that. That would explain why I have had bad memories about this. Okay. Here we go. Another one. Okay. frozen. I don't like this. Can't use spells. Okay, we're good. Hi, Barnstormer. Sorry, that was a lot of mobs. And I have interestingness going on in chat. Total one. There you go. Well, honestly, I'm not entirely sure what's going on in chat. It doesn't seem worth it. Stray Flux. I like the spell glitter on that one. Ouch! A dead healer. No? Not dead healer. Okay, I'm really confused. Did they get res by summoner? Summoner res for the win? There we go. Onward and forward. Whee. Gotta jump over the line. You always gotta jump over the line. Come on, guys. What do we do? Oh, okay. I think this is where we just randomly stop at places and things appear and we kill it. And there's so much love in chat. I wish I had that heart emote. Okay. Right, that's right. It's been so long since I've been in here. That DPS is going to get themselves hurt. Yep. Got my, okay. I think they spawn on both sides. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to remember why I like Upbreaker. Warrior just feels so slow after playing the Gunbreaker. Alright. Come on, keep up. Good little mom. Good little mom. Okay. Mitigation. Free mitigation almost. Why can't I move? Here we go. Why? What did you do? Oops. Okay. Must be the last boss. Oh, this guy is going to be interesting. Purple mist. Not me.
The champion of Hydaelyn.
Tell me, why do you despise the primals so? They are the embodiment of mortal will, of mortal desire. Plainly, you desire a foe to despise, and 'tis well that you do, for it is from the vortex of ceaseless conflict that Lord Zodiac shall be reborn.
Through the joining, the world shall become whole again. Then all shall be as once it was, as it should ever have remained.
For the glory
fight
of Lord
Bastions?
Zodiac.
Your meddling ends here and now, warrior of light.
Spoiler alert, it doesn't end here. Okay, everybody's go. Oh, that's Laura. Hey, in the flesh or ghostliness? Do you need to die at the same time? No. We have fireballs. I don't like fireballs.
Darkness shall consume light.
Right. I hope so. Yeah.
Mortal scum!
crap.
Know your place.
Everybody's fine. I was like, wait, do I need to worry about Millie? I pay attention, really. You do not have aggro.
Chaos shall reign forevermore.
Your light shall burn no
Oh,
more.
crap. No, you don't have aggro.
Such strength, it defies all reason.
No, I will not be bested by the likes of them. La Habrea, it is time.
Uh-oh.
Very well. Let us show these mortals the true power of the Echo. The power to break down
Wait,
the
what?
barriers of existence.
I am become you.
We are become one.
This can't be good. Hey, look, it's yummy purple mist. Don't eat it. It's probably poisonous. That is hideous. God, let's kill it. Show me a screen. Show me a screen. Show me a screen. There we go. Okay, I like that. Zip. We have a tank buster. That's amazing. Whew. Oh crap. And yeah, okay. Oh. That's not good. That does not look good either. I mean, I ran into this person yesterday. They were pretty mean to the guy. Okay. Okay. Crap. Oh. That one's gonna go off first. Okay. Let's mitigate a lot of that. Oh, I thought that was better. Hello. You're lucky. Wow. Oh, nobody's here. Yeah, I think there were DPS that yelled at the tank. They were really, really rude.
That she might regain the blessing of light I had foreseen.
Yeah. Oh,
But she has grown so strong in it as to deny us our power.
Let us withdraw, La Habrea. That power remains to us, at least.
Yeah, you could also decide to do the right thing. Instead of being maniacs.
Impossible!
Librahel, you are lucky. Oh, am I purifying the eye? That'd be cool. You take care of a menace. So, Librahel.
So, you harness the eye's power. A pity you spent it all. What will you do now, hero?
Relentlessly pursue you for possessing Thancred? Maybe.
So, not even the vaunted warrior of light can unmake an Ascian without relying upon mortal contrivances.
Oh. Happy. This is the guy I thought we were going to end up fighting for the last boss. I'm glad I wasn't misremembering.
You.
Oh, click. Sorry.
In the distant past, King Thordan and his knights 12 fought and defeated Nidhogg. Though the victory cost them dear, they were rewarded with a great prize, the dread worm's eyes, both of which have since been held in the Holy Sea's safekeeping.
Is that really safekeeping?
The eye you possess was Nidhogg's left, and long has it served as a source of the Azure Dragoon's might. As for its twin,
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that. Is it in the coffin? Or in your staff?
it has lain here, joined to the person of Haldreth, the first Azure Dragoon. For though he learned to harness its power, he was ultimately consumed by it. Even in death, his body decays not. A pitiful end for a fabled hero.
Wait, why is he not decaying? Does that mean he's still alive?
My Ascian friend, long have you and your kind sown the seeds of chaos by teaching mortals the secrets of summoning. But if you assumed that we would meekly serve as your pawn, then you are gravely mistaken.
You speak too much.
You would raise a hand against us.
Yes, I just did. Weren't you paying attention? I slapped you around with
taking unto
gunblade.
my flesh the soul of the legendary King Thordan, I can become a god.
Turned him into a sword. Oh, poor fabled hero. Alright.
A god who knows not cessation, whose being is sustained by a millennium of fervent prayer, and the eye's nigh bottomless reservoir of ether.
What?
Your contempt for man has proven your undoing, Ascian. For my first act as God King, I do hereby sentence you to die.
Oh, that's how LeBron bites it. Unless he comes back. It's a lot of shadow magic and a shiny white sword.
Gods feed upon ether. It matters not what form that ether takes. Ascian souls are no exception. With this power, I shall put an end to 1,000 years of conflict. Be they sown by Ascian, dragon, or primal, wheresoever the seeds of chaos threaten to quicken, I shall excise them with my divine blade and bring order to the world. I have become that which you abhor, warrior of light.
Yeah?
If you would take issue with my godhood, I shall answer you with my blade.
Yeah. Okay then. I'm not supposed to say exit. Oh. Interesting. Let's see here. Let's... Because I have a feeling I might have to, like, report this person. Oh boy, let's see here. Okay. Okay, looks like friendly banter. Let's click exit. Oh, I have to confront. Ooh boy. Singularity reactor. It's clear and then hit it area. I don't want to redo that instance again. That'd be terrible. Well, I mean, like, not terrible, but I'd rather not. Okay.
Brothers, the time has come to call upon the true power of the Heavensward.
Oh.
Fight me if you will, warrior of light. I care not. All who stand against me will be destroyed, be they servants of the darkness or the light. By my blessing shall all men be sanctified, and an endless era of peace begin. Vice and conflict shall cease to be. You reject my divinity, yet what have you to offer my people in its stead? Bitter truth?
Choice?
Virtuous
Maybe?
suffering? No matter. If you believe your cause just, I call upon you to defend it with your life.
What's happening next? Okay.
How can this be?
You're an old
A
man.
millennium of prayer and the eye's power combined, and still you stand.
Mm-hmm.
Who? What are you?
All right. I think maybe we can go into Heavensward patch note quests. Oh, well, we had a cutscene, but yeah.
It is over then. I had hoped that mine would be the hand to end it. But knowing you, there was little chance of that.
Well, you know, I just kind of defended myself.
It would seem the eye has served you well.
You sound calmer. Just saying. I'm not sure I'd touch that weapon. It was forged by a crazy person. Just saying.
Its twin. At long last.
Yeah, smash them together, make some pudding. Okay, yeah, I know. Nasty. I'll be quiet.
All that remains is to take them beyond the reach of man and dragon both. With this task accomplished, my toil shall finally be at an end.
Uh-oh. Alright, translation of that. Thou hast done well to resist mine influence, bathed in my power and blood as thou wert. Alas, in thine anticipation of comfort, thou hast lowered thy guard. The keening of my fallen kindred, their smoldering desire for vengeance. Mine eyes have partaken of 1,000 years of pain, a pain which I shall bestow upon thee. Drink deep of my rage, mortal, and become me. Oh, this is not good. That's even worse.
Nidhogg, my child, what hath thy fury made of thee? Let us away, servant of Hydaelyn.
Thank you.
Chief! Over there! Oi! Haha! God damn it, you always have to cut it so bloody close.
It would seem she has done it again.
Was there ever any doubt? Let us return to Ishgard. Our friends will be eager to learn the battle's outcome, and welcome back their champion.
Okay.
Where is Estinian?
Tataru.
I dare say you are the first soul in Ishgardian history to arrive in our city upon Dragonback. This scene shall be remembered for 1,000 years to come.
As we had feared, the Archbishop summoned the soul of King Thordan into himself, and thence became a primal.
But he and his knights are no more, thanks to the Warrior of Light.
Your struggles are not yet over, mortals.
Whom do I have the pleasure?
I
I am Midgard Sommer. I have journeyed with Heidelin's champion and observed her deeds in the conflict between man and dragon. Tell me, children of Thordan, do you desire peace?
My people have committed unspeakable
Archers.
atrocities against dragonkind, even against our own. Would that we could undo these wrongs, but we cannot.
Yeah.
Be that as it may, the future yet presents a chance to begin anew. Our nation has broken free of the shackles of a false faith, and Nidhogg shall lead his kindred against us no more. I doubt not that it will require much effort and perseverance, but 'tis my belief that in time, Ishgard will again become a place where man and dragon may abide together in harmony.
I shall remember thy words. Yet be warned, Nidhogg's soul liveth on. His unbridled rage hath claimed for its vessel the one thou callest the Azure Dragoon.
Estinian.
Doubt not but that Nidhogg will call out to his brood ere long, nor that they shall answer him. Steel yourselves, for the true test is yet to come.
Come what may, we will never cease to believe. Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
1,000-year war cannot be ended in a day. It may take generations. What thou dost begin, thy children must continue. Entrust unto them thy hopes and dreams, that peace may reign again, and forevermore.
Okay. Looks like we have found the credits. Possibly? Oh, Amarok's signing something in front of the 3 main city leaders. Oh, we're all signing it. That's what's going on.
Let all here present attest that Sir Emmerich, acting on behalf of the Archbishop, has appended his signature.
Appended?
I do hereby declare that from this day forth, the Holy See of Ishgard shall once more be counted a member of the Eorzean Alliance.
Yay!
Let our nations move forward as one and stand united against the Garlean Empire.
For the future of Eorzea.
For the future of Eorzea!
Interesting.
There you are.
Oh, hey.
A noble monument to a noble soul.
Yeah. This is where this belongs.
From here, Lord Orshafon can watch over all of Ishgard.
It has been a long and arduous journey, and we have lost much and more along the way. Yet come what may, we must stay true to our purpose and press on.
That's right, you two. It's high time we got back to rebuilding the Scions. Which means we're going to need money! And lots of it!
Tataru. Alright, are we well and truly into credits now?
So ends a glorious chapter in their tale. However, tumultuous days yet lie ahead for Ishgard. After 1,000 years under the yoke of the Church, the people take their first tentative steps into the unknown. And though they spy a glimmer of peace upon the horizon, Nidhogg's vengeful shadow yet remains to darken the way. Be that as it may, so long as the young commander of the Temple Knights and his heroic companions are there to guide them, the people may hold fast to hope. The hope that one day true peace will return to Ishgard, and that man and dragon may live in harmony once more. Let the deeds writ herein never be forgot, that they may inspire generations yet unborn to strive ever heavensward.
There's your credits. Alright. We'll just go ahead and skip those.
So La Habrea and Igayon have fallen. Bested by mortals in their attempt to initiate the Eighth Rejoining. That they should be so complacent. And now it falls to me to deal with the consequences. Without intervention, the balance between light and darkness will begin to shift, placing our mission in jeopardy. Hydaelyn's champion has grown too strong. Her might encroaches upon the realm of gods.
Well, thank you.
Equilibrium must needs be restored. The time has come for you and yours to join the fray. Warrior of Darkness.
of light, warrior of darkness.
Remind me, why is there no rest for the righteous?
Because they care, Master Garland.
Yeah, it's true. When you don't care about anything, there is nothing to disturb you. It's also nothing to give you peace or happiness.
Of all the things they could have picked to play with, that's not a toy, you bloody fools, it's a primal!
It's a primal? Okay. Interesting. Spires of deception crumble to dust to lay bare truths long concealed. Beyond shimmering shadow lieth a shimmering light. Alright. Here it is, folks. Turn in, I think. Unless they do another cutscene. But. Sorry. My ears. Okay. Alpha Note says, after long years of estrangement, Ishgard rejoins her sister nations in the Alliance. Words cannot well express my joy. None of this would have been possible without you, my friend. Change is coming to Erosia, though it will inevitably bring with it a measure of upheaval. With hard work, peace and prosperity are sure to follow. And yet, even as we look forward to the coming of a new age, we must needs be weary of old threats. The lords of Gollimold have not relinquished their claim upon Erosia, and we shall be forced to contend with them again ere long. And then there is the matter of our comrade Estidian, claimed body and soul by Nidhogg. If there is a way to rescue him, we must find it. Suffice it to say, the path ahead holds no shortage of challenges, but together we shall overcome them. Complete. Alright. An uncertain future. Oh, shoot. Okay, Alphinaud says, would you be so kind then? I missed some. Tatari says, absolutely. You'll be pleased to hear that Rule and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Philhamin helped me to escape the Crystal Braves in Lomancia, only to then disappear? Well, according to Rule, she crept aboard a ship bound for Raz-Athan, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Yeda and Papalimo, the remains of their link pearls have been found, and in the Pearl Lane of all places. Rule thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. Alphinaud says, yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. Tatara says, we're all but certain they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. Alphinaud says, I see. And what of Thancred and Nymphilia? Tatara says, I'm afraid I have nothing new to share about those two, but it's not all doom and gloom. The news is we've enlisted the services of a Charlarian scholar, one of the students of Bastadian, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now. Alphinaud says, one of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar, if time permits. Alphinaud turns to me and says, but first, we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sir Emmerich has summoned the two of us to a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Nyra, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. And maybe we can meet with the scholar afterwards. Agreed? Yeah, sounds good. Tataru says, in that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Knight for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know? Okay. Sounds good, Tataru. Okay. Right. Okay, Lord Commander was in. Yes, I would like to proceed. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number question our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the Broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order, but such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
Yeah.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Trine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that's doable.
Annex Trine? You would speak with Vidofnir, then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor?
Yeah, absolutely, Emmerich.
Thank you, my friends.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph.
sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
That is one angry dragon. Okay. Lucia says, I know little of the lands these dragons call home. This annexed shrine. Had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem a far more daunting prospect. Alphinaud says, I confess, I myself once shuddered at the thought of it, yet even the longest journey begins with the first steps, does it not? Aye, but ere we set forth, Nyra and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Lucia says, very well. I shall see to my preparations. Alphinaud says, then let us go and bid farewell to Tataru, Nyra. I can't say my own name. Okay. Oh yeah, she's in the bar. I was like, now where is she? Like, oh yeah, she said she'd be in here. Like, right there. And Alphinaud just teleported. Just right there. He was just behind me. Tataru says, so, what was your secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. Yeah. Tataru says, a diplomatic mission to annex Shrine, you say? Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But should your meeting with Volodifnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing. You might consider meeting up with Yshtola in Ilishire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but the scholar just happens to be... Alphinaud says, time permitting, as I said, we shall endeavor to join Yshtola, but we cannot, pray, pass on our regards. Let us be off, Nyra. We have kept the first commander waiting long enough. Alright. Lucia. She says, are you ready then? Good. So am I. Ooh. Oh, I do have to pick something. I'll just pick whatever that is. Alphinaud says, the path is long, but known to us. From Falcon's Nest, we shall cross the western highlands and make for Tailfeather in the Dwarven Forelands. There, we can stop to rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await. Let's get going. Okay. What's this? That cake is showing up red, which usually means it's usable. Use that. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Tail feather. Alright. Lucia says, I always imagined that the first time I set foot upon Dravian soil would be at the head of an army, and here I am, ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Elfinold says, full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past, though it was I who first proposed recruiting Lady Iceheart to our cause. I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them, and for a long time after that. Here was a woman with the blood of innocence on her hands, men, women, children, all slain in the name of the implacable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in common cause. At our side, she fought in service to that greater good, even unto her dying breath, and while that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. Lucia says, you ask much, Master Alphinaud. Yet who can say what might come to pass, should our negotiations bear fruit? Alphinaud says, yes, of course. We must press on to annex Trine, if you will follow me. Okay, annex Trine, I believe. Yep. Yay, I can cheat! Like a horrible cheater I am. Cheat. Cheetah. I like cheetahs. Cheetahs are awesome kittens. Alright, I need to go up. I don't want to do so on foot. Okay. Nope, that's not it. I know it's easy to pass if you're not watching. Here we go. This might be why that little guy is been put there. Okay. Wulfenshade. Alright. We're not doing that. Okay. Wulfenshade says, thou art ever welcome here, friend of Lady Iceheart. But this one I do not know. Alphinaud says, pray forgive us this unannounced visit, Wulfenshade. May I present to you Lucia, first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, and our trusted friend. Lucia says, it is an honor to meet you, Wulfenshade. I am come as an envoy of Sir Amarek, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights and acting leader of the Holy See. Wulfenshade says, indeed, you may speak, knight. Lucia says, for 1,000 years, man and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed our kin to be the architects. We long believed your kin to be the architects of this war, but now we know the truth. That King Thordan and his Knights 12 did willfully betray and murder the great worm Ratatoskr, shattering the peace between our peoples. For 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal this truth, a truth which was at last laid bare by the Warrior of Light, the Azure Dragoon, and Yishel. Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at last be within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as Lady Iceheart once did, and we must make that dream a reality, as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidolfner, join hands with us in friendship once more, before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. Vodifner says, a most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, knight. However, I cannot yet give you mine answer. Lucia says, may I ask why? Vodofnir says, this matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Moreover, the Nath would grow bold, even as they did before, and I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. Lucia says, then we will wait. After 1,000 years at war, we shall not give up on peace for want of patience. Varafnir says, ha! Fear not, knight. Thou shalt have mine answer within thy lifetime. That's not reassuring. Lucia says, so soon? My humble thanks. I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith, until we meet again. Okay. They have been introduced. Okay, now we speak to Ulfinold. And we have a cutscene. Alright, Ulfinold says, given the circumstances, I'd say that went rather well. Lucia says, to be frank, I am surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Rather, aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhap I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons, but you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fears for me now. Ulfinold says, well, if you have no further need of our service, we will continue on to Charleon. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing comrades. Lucia says, then I pray your journey is as swift and uneventful as ours was, and thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even when such grave matters remain unresolved. Ulfinold says, I can think of no graver matter than 1,000-year war, one which our friends gave their lives to see ended. Suffice it to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Lucia says, of that I have no doubt, Master Ulfinold. I only hope the fates will not hold you to your word. That's a fair point. Alright, Alphinaud says, so, it would seem we have time to greet this scholar after all. How delightful I shall be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Menthilia and Thancred. I can only assume she is privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous us with Ysthola in Ildeshire. Alright, Ildeshire it is. Ildeshire. There it is. Okay, we need to go over here. I see Ysthola. Hail, Ysthola. She says, Nyra, 'tis good to see you. I confess, I had assumed your business in Annex Trine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vodafnir go well? Alphinaud says, as well as can be expected. She must discuss Sir Amaric's proposal with Heresvargar. Of course, but she seemed amenable. She seemed good with the suggestion. What of our Charlanian guest? Has she arrived yet? Ysthola says she has, but when I explained that you would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside on Front Bridge. We should be on our way. Okay. Let's go. Destination. We're looking around. We don't see anybody other than the weird gobbies. We're all just looking at each other. Oh! It is Loafel.
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kryle, who has recently come from the Sharlayan motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue. You must be the Warrior of Light. Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, miss. And who is that I spy but young Alphinaud Levieux himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
We, Miss Kryle and I met at the Studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the Studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Thank you, Cryle.
That smile.
For what? I haven't finished
Please,
yet.
Cryle.
Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
That smug smile.
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking.
Krill.
Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
Yes.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Then what are you waiting for?
Yeah, let's go get Thancred.
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
Montoya's cave. Okay. Flap, flap, flap. So slow. Well, so how's everybody doing today? Doing alright? Having a good day? Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing alright, other than the festivities this morning. I was on my way home and I had to turn around like twice. Oh, finally got to talk to someone that I needed to and got some issues straightened out, so yeah. Whew. Okay. Kirill says, you did say you were headed for a cave, did you not? Because I certainly don't see a cave nearby. Is Master Montoya meeting us on the way or something? Well, go touch the wall. Krill says, I have heard many stories of Master Montoya, some quite flattering, others less so. Ishtola says, rest assured, they're all true. This way, the cave, and have care where you tread. Nope, I can't move. There we go. Right. Broomy.
Oh. Is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
Pray, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Kryl, of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
Baldessian, you say? Ah, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Regrettably, our order's headquarters and the Isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power. I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Kryl, you too possess the Echo.
Well, yes, of course I do. Our order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. It was in the course of these studies that I met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Yes, yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
Yes, girl.
The students of Baldessian are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the scions of the Seventh Dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
I should learn not to sit on my feet.
Long did I ponder the nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance, but never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
On the cusp of an umbral calamity, souls blessed with the power of the Echo invariably appear. To aid these, her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light. But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
That makes sense.
No two manifestations of the Echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul, their intent, their very essence even, the traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola. Far-fetched though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
Y'shtola. What was that look?
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Alright, fair enough.
Thank you, Master Matoya. Then let us begin.
Alright. Where do you think he got off to?
From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Somme Arl. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock. I think.
That would be good.
The hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
Yeah. Sounds good. Let's go look. Let's go find him. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I probably could just teleport. Okay, Tailfeather. Here we go. Okay, this way. Oh, here we go. Offenold says, were I to find myself in an unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Y'shtola says, ordinarily perhaps, but in his wounded state he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown allegiance. Yet, even had Thancred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across his trail. Perhaps. Krill says, Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we'll need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Offenold says, fear not, Krill. I have already prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose. We get a sketch of Thancred. Y'shtola says, this is impressive. You drew him from memory? Offenold says, a skill I acquired some years ago for reasons I no longer remember. Yeah, you just acquire the skill to draw. Alphanode says, I propose we split into two pairs. Y'shtola and I will inquire at the outlying encampments, while Nyra and Krell question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards, we shall regroup near Loth Asvath and share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about. Okay. Let's go find Thancred, yeah? And Krell says, anyway, we had best get started. Find me when you're finished making your rounds. Okay. You. Lupard, searching for your friend of yours. Let's have a look then. Alright, I'll hand over the drawing and Lupard says, no, ain't seen him around, sorry. Okay, it's a bust. I think this one's inside the building because there's a dude at a table. Yep. Dude at a table. Okay. Marcy Hamp says, What's that you've got there? A sketch? Yeah, here you go. Have you seen this guy? I'm looking for him. He might be lost. Marcy Jump says, can't say I know the face. You say he's something of a warrior. That was correct. Marcy Jump says, I heard a tale the other day about a Hiran vagabond who brought down a bandersnatch by himself and with style. Way they tell it, he was dancing with a beast like it was the belle of the bleeding ball. Sound like your man? Yeah, that does kind of describe Thancred. Thank you. Okay, next. Over here? Yep. Hello, Grimold. Grimold says, a man, we're not exactly rare, you know. Could you be more specific? I have a sketch. Can you take a look? Grimold says, I did spy this one bloke a while back. Didn't get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. The lad was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? That, and he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. Anchor doesn't use an axe. Krill. Hail. Krill says finished. In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what the others have found out. Let's go find out. Oh, I can fly. Why am I running around on the ground? Just fly right over this mountain. Flappy flap. Bye bye, mountain. I don't have to run around you anymore. Okay, over here-ish. Here we go. Destination. Waiting. Ooh, cutscene. Ulfenald says, my apologies for our late arrival. We thought it wise to question as many hunters as we could. Yashtola says, many have made camp in inaccessible locations ideal for hunting game. Not so for receiving visitors. Ulfenald says, nevertheless, our time proved well spent. There have been countless sightings of an exceptionally capable Huron hunter with whom no one is familiar. Though none chanced to see the man's face, his height and build matched Thancred's description, as does his fighting prowess. Let's go find him then. Let's see. Ulfeneld says, so you have heard the same tales. Be that as it may, we yet want for conclusive proof. Well, let's go investigate. Krill says, mayhap this is unrelated, but I heard a curious tale regarding a trader. He came to Tailfeather in search of garments fit for a man of refinement, which seemed a rather curious description for one of his kind. Y'shtola says, "You are implying that Thancred sent a Veth to market in his stead. Why would he not go himself?" This is Thancred. He's like a spy. He would be hiding. Elfinold says, "Well, if you recall, you yourself emerged from the live stream as naked as your name's day. It is a scene I shall never forget." Y'shtola says, "Is it now?" Elfina goes, "Well, I was pleased to see you. I mean, it was a simple statement of fact. Nothing more. It stands to reason that Thancred found himself in the same state, in the same predicament." Krill says, "In any case, if he had dealings with the Vath, they should be able to tell us, no?" "Yeah, let's go find out." Elfinold says, "Quite right, Krill. Quite right." I nod. It's very impressive. Okay. Elfinold accept quest. And he says, "Well, what are we waiting for? For all we know, Thancred could be waiting for us in Loth Ast Veth. We must go and see the Veth right away. Come along, everyone. Come along." Okay. Let's go fly over, because I can fly. I like flying. He really likes flying. Boop. Okay. Veth Storyteller. Hail. Veth Storyteller says, "Great hunters, we welcome you once more to Loth Ast Vath. What do you seek this day?" Elfinold says, "We seek a man with whom we are told you may have had certain dealings." He's handing him a sketch. Vast Storyteller says, "How curious. The hunters tire of godly sport and pursue mortal prey?" Elfinold says, No. He is not prey, but a friend long missing." Vast Storyteller says, Good. He is a friend to the Vath as well. One with whom we have traded many times." Elfinold says, "Truly? And you are quite certain it was this man?" Vast Storyteller says, "There is no doubt. The fleshling clothed in skins came to us from Solom All, lost and weak. He offered meat and hides in trade, and in exchange we tended his wounds. He brought us much flesh, so skilled a hunter he was. Much flesh. When he asked for garments, we were glad to provide them." Y'shtola says, "And where is he now?" The Storyteller says, "Gone to Loth Ast Nath not long ago, when he heard the One Mind had summoned our god once more." Y'shtola says, "Ravana is returned?" Elfinold says, "Vodifnir did say that the Nath had grown as before, but what could Thancred hope to accomplish by himself? Honored Elder, we thank you for your help, would that we could repay this kindness ere we depart, but we must hasten to our comrade's side. Thus, storyteller says, "Go, great hunters, lest the Nath claim him as a sacrifice." Okay, let's go. Where do we need to go? Okay, that's where we need to go. Okay. Oh, here we go. Sorry, the inside of my mouth is itchy. Alright. Now, let's step in the circle. Ah, there we go. Okay. Right. Ooh, cutscene. Okay. Uh-oh. That did not sound good.
Thancred. It could be Thancred. We must hurry.
Are we going to find Thancred? No, it's not Thancred. That is definitely a warrior. And he has an axe. So I think this is the guy we've been looking for. And it's not Thancred. This looks mildly hostile. Oh. Twin Echo Visions.
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Ascians forever.
Okay.
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Ascian. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not.
Oh, my.
So you are the warrior of light, the savior of Eorzea. It's a wonder you didn't come sooner, what with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
Have care. The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them?
That is not friendly. Definitely not friendly. Tough look. Why would you drag your edge on the ground? Ooh. Now that could belong to Thancred. Ah! Hello! You look scruffy though. I told you he was a spy. He was spying. Wait, is that daggers he's fighting with? I think so. Yeah, they're really big daggers. Uh-oh.
Not very sporting of you to interrupt.
Look.
But so be it.
What was sporting about that exchange?
Mark well our faces, warrior of light. For we are the warriors of darkness. Walkers of a different path. And we shall meet again.
Teleporting? Huh. Interesting.
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
Krill. Well, we found our friend. He needs a shave. He's a little scruffy, but...
Thancred, are you all right?
Uh-oh.
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
Yeah, that's wise. Okay, Thancred. Yo.
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
My appetite for the dramatic? Have you forgotten the circumstances of our parting? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then... Had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
Thancred.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would emerge from the live stream in the altogether. Eventually, I managed to fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides. Given that I'm not all that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
Yeah.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke?
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement.
Yep, that's him.
From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
And thence did you conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact with the Scions once more.
Makes sense.
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed warriors of darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the warrior of light, I suppose.
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
Yeah.
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection. Protection not unlike the Echo.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're just gonna go ahead and end right there. I have a few things to do, and then I have 2 persons to go pick up and transport, so, yep. Yeah, so, have a good one, and wreak havoc, and enjoy your peace, and yeah. Peace, y'all.